all I can say about love is it's the opposite of fear. Um, Anything that's not love is fear.
Welcome to the Kings and Queens podcast, where we enter the minds of leaders with a vision and learn why greatness truly resides within each and every single one of us. Recognizing the kings and queens of the world one voice at a time, here's your host, King Lapo.
What is up, Kings and Queens family? This is your host, King Lapo. I hope you all are living well and having a blessed day. In this episode, we have a beautiful guest who displays a great sense of passion and purpose through her music. She's an upcoming R&B soul artist who's becoming well known via her latest EP, What She Say. Coupled with her classy style and jazzy vocals, she has a unique style to her which deserves recognition. So with that being said, it is with my great pleasure to welcome the one and only Helen Hailu.
Hey everybody, Kings and Queens, what's up?
What's good? How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. Did I pronounce your last name right, Hailu?
Yeah, absolutely did.
Close
No, you did it perfect. I was worried. I was like, wait, but you got it.
Okay, cool. So pretty much, what we like to do here on the Kings and Queens podcast is to introduce you to the family. So for those who may not know who you are, just go ahead and give them a general background on, where you're from and born and raised and everything.
All right, so I'm Helen Hailu. I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas. I am Ethiopian, so shout out to Africa.
Hey, shout out.
Yeah, I currently live in Atlanta, Georgia. I've lived here for about 3 years now.
Okay, wow.
So yeah, I don't know what else.
Did you go to school in Atlanta? Or?
Oh yeah, I definitely did. So I came out here for music, but also for school. So I went to Clark Atlanta University to get my master's in public policy and like a concentration of community and economic development. Mm-hmm. I just graduated this past May. So
wow, congrats!
Thank you.
That's what's up. And I know, obviously, you did your undergrad at Texas Tech.
Yes, I did.
So what was your major at Texas Tech?
I majored in public relations and women's studies.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you were born in Dallas?
Yeah, I was born in Dallas.
Okay.
Family, we moved to Plano area like around when I was a little kid, like fourth, fifth grade.
Okay, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And your parents are from?
My parents are from Ethiopia.
Okay, cool. And so what do you currently do for a living outside of, going to school in Atlanta?
So when I first moved out here, I was working with the schools in South Atlanta, College Park, East Point area. I was a program director. Mm-hmm. And so with being in school, my last year of school, I quit that job. And it definitely was not the most responsible thing to do. Wow. Because I quit with no other plan, but it was just more so like, I can't do this job, this school, and do music because my job was like, it was not the type of job I could leave at work. Okay. Because I was so invested into family and the kids. I like took that with, and it's not like I didn't like it. You feel me? Like, mm-hmm. But I this type of person I am, I couldn't just leave some of that stuff at work. And that was like taking out time from making music. So I quit and just like, was like, all right, after the school year ended, I quit and I didn't have a job for a while, maybe like 2 months, maybe. Wow. And then I started working at this pizza shop in so there's this poppin' street in Atlanta called Edgewood, right? Mm-hmm. And it's full of bars. It was really like a lot of things were black owned, but you know how gentrification goes. Yeah. But it's still like a lot of things are black owned on that street. But these two Eritrean brothers, they own this pizza shop and they've owned it for like 15 years. I walked in there one day and it ain't your average pizza shop. Like, I don't even know how to explain it to you. Like, I can say pizza shop, but you won't if you ever come to Atlanta, let me know. And I'll tell you I just make sure you have a good time there because it's not your average pizza place. But anyway, so I walked in there and one of the brothers was working and I just was like, hey, I need a job. Like, can I work as a bartender here? Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah.
Wow. So just like that.
Yeah. So I started working there as a bartender and then sometimes a server. And then it got to the point where I would run the store by myself. Wow. So I did that until 2 weeks until I had my baby, and then I haven't. So before I had my daughter, I'm in the selection process of like going back to my first job after my 2 months is up with like being at home with her.
Yeah.
Or I'm kind of interested in working for the city of Atlanta still, but then again, looking on moving back to Texas. So yeah, it's a lot.
That's what's up. I just want to say congrats to you becoming a mother and having a baby.
Thank you.
That's what's up. And so pretty much so your journey as a singer, kind of like what made you, want to start that journey? Like, have you always been wanting to do that since, high school, college, or is just something you kind of just started to really get into?
So, okay. My oldest brother, right? Well, he's my only brother, but my older brother is 8 years older than me, and he sings like he's one of the best singers I've ever heard.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't like make music.
Okay.
But as a child, him being my older brother, like I wanted to be just like him. Like I would say I'm a tomboy because of him. You know what I'm saying? Like I just wanted to dress like him, talk like him, everything like him. So him always singing at home. He's not like a person that will get on stage and sing. But actually, he sang for his wife at his wedding.
Okay, yeah.
It was great. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
But it was surprised everybody, even my mama.
Wow.
But so him being a beautiful singer, I wanted to sing. Like it just was something like, it's literally like the only thing I've done in my life consistently, So in high school, I had a best friend, she passed away in 2015, and that has a lot to do with me, like kind of really going after what I wanted to go after, what I'm going after. But so in high school, I met my best friend Lily, and she's a singer. Okay. And so she heard me singing in the locker room one day and was like, "Girl, come on, you should be singing." Like, but I had stage fright. Like I was like, "Girl, I'm not gonna get up on this stage and sing in front of these people."
Yeah.
So she was a part of like getting me out there as far as like high school, doing just little things here and there. Even though I would make a fool out of myself, because you can sound good, but when you get in front of people, your fear and your nerves can make you just sound like you can't sing at all.
That's true.
So that was high school, and I wasn't going too hard in high school. I wasn't like, as far as like sharing my art, not at all. Then when I get to college, it was kind of like the same thing. I'm just kind of keeping to myself, pretty insecure about the shit. And like, as far as my creativity, it would be like, I'd write poetry, I would paint, I would sing, but I just wouldn't show nothing. Then,
okay, because at Tech, I didn't really know you could sing like that.
So, but Tech has a lot to do with like my confidence as far as, so shout out to the Tech Kappas for sure, because I don't know if you know any of the he's older than us, but Funk Elias.
Yeah, I know him.
So that's one of my closest friends.
Yeah.
And he was on some like, he would never ask me to do things. He would tell me what I'm doing. So it would be like, you at home? All right, boom, I need you to paint this for this Kappa flyer. Okay, you at home? All right, I'm about to, one day he was like, you at home? I was like, yeah, I'm off today. He's like, all right, I'm about to pick you up. So I go with him and I'm like, what are we about to do? He's like, you about to go to my frat brother's house. I need you to do a drop for a mixtape. I'm like, what? So he's like, yeah, you got it. You're going to do great. So this is the start of me getting comfortable in front of a microphone in a studio.
Okay.
Because I don't think, maybe it comes naturally for people, but for me, it took me a minute to like get comfortable in the studio and just in front of a mic and hearing your voice back and understanding like just how to control your voice, even if it was a drop. So for that, so it was like a Kappa Party mixtape that they was doing, and I did like it's a Kappa Party drop.
Okay,
and
that was you? Okay.
Yeah. So that was like tight. And then after that, he did the same shit. He was like, I'm about to pick you up. I think I was on campus that time.
Yeah.
And I went back over there. Their alumni chapter had a Grown and Sexy party. He made me do the radio commercial for them. And then like the Kappas, and also shout out to Alphas too. That's my brother's chapter.
Okay.
And whatever event they had, poetry, singing, whatever, it was like, they always asked me, like, do you want to do this? Like I said, Elias would never ask me. He would tell me, hey, what time you get off? You about to perform this time. Like, it was never
he
like,
just tell you.
Yeah, he would never ask me.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he never asked me, because I would have started overthinking if he asked me. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
But so yeah, even like Black and Gold, like my family are also, you know, alphas like Matt and Danu and stuff like that. They would be like, all right, can you do a poem at Black and Gold? Or like, you know, it just was like, that was very significant for me because it gave me the place to mess up or like just be comfortable and know how to work the stage and this and that. Like, so that had a lot to do with like when I left college and I graduated, I was at home for 6 months, but I needed to be home for 6 months. I needed to like realign my life. Like I needed my family because like I consider family and home like the same as like the same with spirituality and God.
Okay.
I align my mom and my grandmother with that because I feel like when you running from reality, you running from God, you running from your family because they know you. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna well, my mom at least, she's not gonna tolerate the Helen I was trying to be or the Helen I'm running from or whatever.
I see.
So when I got home, it just helped me realign a lot of myself and understand like, okay, why do I still feel like I didn't accomplish nothing when I graduated? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can't, it's not like I didn't get a job when I graduated. Like, why don't I feel accomplished? Like, why? Cause like, you can hate your job, whatever, but your bills got to be paid. So working is like not a problem for me.
Yeah.
Whatever. If I got to do a job I don't like, cool. I still got to pay bills. So we just gonna have to make it happen. But I feel like when it comes to your happiness, you got to like zone in and be like, okay, so what the hell do you want to do?
Yeah.
So that's when I had like that moment. And again, it was with Elias. Like it was because he was in Dallas too. So it was Elias and then Elias' cousin who also is a good friend of mine, Marina. He's an engineer in Dallas. And every day after work, we'd all meet up and they would just be with me zoning in and like I could just, they wouldn't even have to say anything back to me. I would just be like venting on what I wanted. And they really day by day were there watching me plot how I was going to Atlanta. And then boom, like I left in the summer. And it was like, I didn't even tell my parents until like 2 weeks before I was moving. I was like, hey, I got to tell y'all something. And they thought it was going to be some bad shit I was telling them. I was like, moving to Atlanta, got into grad school, got a job.
Wow.
I'm going to holler at y'all. My mom was like, what?
Big moves.
Yeah. But my mom basically, she always gives me like key speeches. Because my mom's like like, you want to do something? Stop talking about it. Go do it. I ain't entertaining no shit. Like, whatever you want to do. She's not your average African, like, oh, go to school, oh, this and that. She's like, whatever you want to do, you got to be about it.
Wow, that's good, though. That's good.
Yeah, definitely. So she gave me a speech like before I left. She's like, whatever you're running from, whatever's making you sad, no matter what zip code you live in, it's going to chase you. Like, you need to cleanse yourself of your fears and, like, just go get whatever you're supposed to get. So I always kept that in mind. And then when I came to Atlanta, like, even though I was in school and working, mind you, Atlanta is really like, it's really the city of music if you just put yourself out there like that.
How is Atlanta versus Dallas, like in terms of music?
I feel like music scene in Dallas is really getting better. I've been like booked to come back and perform and it just seems like it's growing a lot. But as far as Atlanta, like Atlanta is just because it's so much going on and like it's such a black ass city.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't even know how to explain it. Like you can don't get it twisted. You can get lost in Atlanta and get lost in the superficial shit and like the shit that really don't make you progress in the way that I mean personally, like I don't really because I was so turned up at tech and I burnt out as far as like did all my partying. I didn't really care to do that in Atlanta.
Okay.
So I feel like a lot of my progression in 2 years, the thing that like I did a lot in those 2 years because I wasn't here for the games. I didn't really none of the flashy shit or just some certain things that probably would have worked on Helen at 21. It just don't work right now. Like it just I wasn't phased. So I'm thankful for that. You know, like but yeah, Atlanta like and so people that are successful in the game, I see that like have made a lot of money because we're in the South. It's cheap to like live out here. So a lot of people that are like, you know, maybe 90s or early 2000s musical legends just bought big ass houses out here and be out here just living their life, like not even in the scene or in the mix, but just came out here. So I've run across like people like coming up to my job or even when I was working in College Park, it just was like, you never know whose niece and nephew is in this school, or it's just, you never know who you're working with.
Wow.
So that type of networking, I don't think you find in Dallas, you know?
Okay.
But I don't want to say, I can't speak too much on Dallas because I haven't lived there in some years.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I see a growth. I feel like I see the scene. And I also feel like Dallas artists are slept on.
Oh, really?
Like, I do. I
Okay.
believe, like, there's a lot of girls, a lot of rappers out there that go hard. And I feel like because they're not in LA or New York or Atlanta, they're kind of slept on. But the internet changed the game also. You don't really got to be. Yeah,
exactly,
you don't matter where you at.
Yeah.
But I do. Maybe I'm biased, you feel me? Because I'm biased when it comes to, like, Habesha artists or, like, Texas artists. I give them a benefit of the doubt at first.
Okay.
You feel me? Because seems like everybody and their mamas want to be an artist.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really listen to everybody that somebody tells me to listen to. But if they're from Texas, if they have a shot or something, I'll listen. Like, I'll give them my ear.
Yeah.
But I do feel like there's one girl, I forgot her name. If I remember, I'm going to say it. But I seen her on Instagram. She's from Dallas. She's a singer. She's amazing.
Wow.
And it's just like, it's crazy. Like, I need to think about what her name was. But I just scrolling, I saw her.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like Dallas is super slept on.
That's good. That's good to know, though. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So, Kings and Queens fam, if you guys, you're gonna hear, Helen soon, how she sings. But in terms of, like the artists that you might want to describe yourself as in terms of your genre or style of singing, who would you say you kind of get the most similarities and comparisons to?
I definitely get compared to Erykah Badu and Amy Winehouse a lot.
Okay.
Like Badu for sure. I get that all like when I'm performing and I get off stage, somebody out, oh, Shawty, I like you got that Badu shit going on. Like, it's always like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, and that's like, I take that definitely as a compliment. And then but when people be like, you the next Badu, I really be like,
you don't like that.
I don't.
You don't entertain it.
It's just like ain't no next Badu.
Yeah,
like,
it's only one.
Yeah, it's one of a kind.
Mm-hmm.
She's like an entire genre on her own.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like I really, and more so, I look up to Erykah for her writing style. She's, to me, like producers I've worked with always tell me like I write like a rapper, in a sense of like, yeah, I hear melodies, but I think words first, then melody. I don't know if that makes sense, but
okay.
But yeah, like, so when it comes to Erykah, she's really hip hop with it. Okay. So yeah, she has a beautiful voice, but her wordplay is like, especially at that time, it just was unheard of.
Yeah.
And then Amy is literally like an icon. So, and if you watch interviews of Amy, she looked up to Erykah Badu also. So it makes sense, like, that as a kid, I just resonated with Amy like that also.
Wow. So like growing up and, you singing and everything, did you know you had a voice like that? Because, it's different when you singing and you hear yourself.
Yeah. I didn't. Like,
yeah.
I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of like, as a kid, I'm thinking, damn, I'm never going to pop because my like idea of a singer superstar was Beyonce, right?
Okay.
And I would always be like, damn, I'm never going to pop because I'm never going to be this classy. I can never be this put together because it just was like, I'll never be a superstar because I could never just put on this poker face for these people like this. Mm-hmm. So that's when like, but when I first saw like Alicia Keys or like Erykah Badu and with braids and a fro, I'm like, hold up, okay, you okay? I see. I think I could be something. Or like even Jill Scott or India.Arie, like them. As when I was like a teenager, seeing them, I was just like, okay, you don't have to like assimilate. You can be yourself.
Yeah.
So. Definitely. Yeah.
That's very true.
But as a kid, I definitely like, even though this is what I wanted as a kid, I didn't understand how to get it. I didn't understand like. I just didn't have my groove yet. I just didn't get it.
I see you. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So, where do you draw your inspirations from in terms of, is it like from family, celebrities? Where do you kind of get it from?
I would literally say myself.
Okay. Wow.
Like, I don't know if that sounded like narcissistic, but
nah.
My inspiration, like as far as like you saying, like making the music I have made, like. Yeah, like it would be myself and like what I go through. So yeah, it would be family sometimes, but it'd be like what I went through with family or sometimes. And it's really I've written probably like poems about other people, but more so like I will have to bring it back to myself because I could resonate with that person and what they're going through. So when it comes to every song you've ever heard of me, it's literally what I've been through. And it may be like you heard the song this year, but I went through it 6 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
okay, so your album that you have, or your EP, What You Say, kind of describe what that album means, and what message were you trying to convey towards the audience with that?
so at first, me and the producer, he goes by Trends Music, but his name is Julian.
Okay.
So Julian and I, he's the first producer that I met in Atlanta, and that I recorded my first song out here with. And so he was the first person, but after him, because I don't even know what it was. I think like I moved. I don't know what it was that after that first session, even though I vibed with him like great,
Yeah.
I didn't work with him again for I don't know what reason.
Okay.
But then I started working with other producers. Some of them were some creeps. Some of them was like
wait, some creeps. Why you say that?
like because I mean that stuff is real as far as like
Wow.
dudes trying to be freaks up in the studio or like
That's wild.
and like I'm just not here to play games. Like I don't even like I don't even want to like give you another chance. Like I'm just, I'm just not here for that type of shit.
They're in it for the wrong reason. That's not cool.
Yeah, or honestly, some I met with producers that like are established. Like I could give you a name off the record.
Yeah.
One of the producers, and he's just like maybe not to me a creep, but like it probably has worked for him. He probably was able to manipulate somebody before me in order to get, whatever he was trying to do.
Yeah.
So I went through a couple of those, or like certain producers trying to tell me instead of like focusing on making music, were trying to tell me more so like how to be more of an artist on Instagram. And respectfully so, like I get it. The game is a lot on social media and marketing and stuff like that. But my whole thing was like, if my music ain't good, then I'm not finna play these games on social media.
True.
I'm not finna do this whole I look like an artist on Instagram. But when you go hear me, it's like mediocre music.
Yeah.
So so then that led me back to Julian, right?
Okay.
So then the beginning of 2018, it was like I was recording songs with him. Was it the beginning of, end of 2017, beginning of 2018, I started recording songs with him. And it just was like, I'm very like all about if it feels good. You know what I'm saying? Don't really like just walk by faith in a sense. You still gotta, keep your eye open and stuff like that. But when the feeling's strong, when it feels good, just like when the feeling's strong and it feels bad, you got to pay attention to that. So with him, it just became too natural. And when we decided to make the EP, that was right when I like quit my job, and it just was on some like, all right, you got time. So it was like some of the songs that you hear. So Can I was the first song we recorded together, and we just put that out like a single.
Okay.
And that song, so it was kind of crazy. That song got picked up by Soulection. I don't know if you're hip to Soulection, but Soulection is like this big ass playlist platform.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Like awesome producers like Joe K, stuff like that. So Joe K had a Apple Beats playlist, episode 366. It was Soulection, and it was crazy because I was in my car, like I cannot make this shit up. I was in my car. It was a pretty rough day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that was the day after or the day of. I told my parents I quit my job with no job after. And I don't really care about people's opinions. I know, I don't at all give a damn. But when it comes to my parents, they're the people, like, if their feelings are hurt or they're upset with me, I take that pretty hard.
Yeah, definitely. That's your family.
Because I'm not, even like, basically, but out of my family, it's really them too. Like, I'm not trying to, I feel like I've done a lot of wild shit and they've picked up my pieces. I feel like after a certain point and age, like I want to be here to help them. Like, but so my mom just went off on me for quitting my job. So I was like in a low moment in my car. It was hot ass day in Atlanta. I was in front of a CVS and I was crying in the car, and my homegirl who I wasn't friends with her in college, but who I now do a lot of my creative shit with, like put shows together and try to build, whatever future we're trying to build, we do it together.
Yeah.
Benita, she texts me, and we didn't even have each other's numbers. I don't know who she got my number from, but she texted me, was like, hey, this is Benita. I know this is weird, but your song's on Soulection. And I was like, girl, shut up, stop playing with me. And she was like, I'm not playing. Like, you're literally on Apple Beats 1 right now. And I'm like,
Dang.
what in the world are you I thought she was fucking with me, but then I was like, she don't know me like that to be playing with me. Like, so what? So then I go look, and I spazzed in the car. Like, I was like yelling at the ceiling, like, God, I'm sorry for even questioning what's going on. Like, I just was like, wow.
It's like hearing your song on the radio type thing.
It really, and honestly, this is a Soulection. I literally listen to the episode all the time, but that summer, not having my job, I just was out of my ordinary. Every day was like a different type of hustle. So I wasn't like listening to my podcast or listening to my playlist like that.
Okay.
I just was kind of trying to figure out how I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
So when she did that, I was like, I was ugly crying in the car. This man walked up to me, knocked on my window, and was like, "Are you okay, sweetheart?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." Like, my bad. But yeah. So when that happened, then I was like, all right. I told Julian, I was like, let's zone in. Let's do a project. And at first, it was gonna be like a 4 project. Like, I was too focused on a project instead of just like, he was like, let's just record a whole bunch of songs, and then whatever talks to us, and let's put it together like that. So that's how it happened.
Okay.
And then yeah, that's how it happened. And sometimes, so we did that like in I think it took like 4 months to get the songs we liked.
Wow.
And then we noticed, we were sitting down listening to all the songs, and we noticed on certain songs, I was saying what she say. Now, I was saying what she say because, back in the, like, I'm definitely, I don't know if you know, I'm a beehive. Like, I'm like veteran, no. I'm not too crazy with it no more. Like, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely beehive. I'm definitely Destiny's Child to the day I die. Like, Writings on the Wall was my first CD my brother bought for me. So, like, back in the day, R&B, I love the ad-libs, like, when they would be like, ladies sing, or like, they would just be talking like it's a conversation on the ad-libs. And so that's what I would do on my songs. So like, I think I have 7 songs in that project. 6, like maybe 5 of them, or maybe 4, on my ad-libs, I'm saying what she say. Now, most of the songs, when I write them, I'm not trying to like sound cool, I don't really write them down. It's kind of like a freestyle in a sense, but more so like, okay, I'm listening to a beat, and I got 3 lines, and then I keep saying them 3 lines until I get more lines, and then boom, a song is formed. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, kind of like that.
Okay.
So the ad-libs, why I was saying what she say is, I feel like I'm a pretty wild person, in the sense of like, I speak on what I know. You know what I'm saying? Or what I think I know. And I feel like, because I'm not afraid to speak out, a lot of people be looking at me like, what she say? Like, what?
What she say?
Yeah, I felt like that way for sure at Tech. I definitely felt like that. I definitely felt like that. And amongst like the Black student body, and amongst like people up in class, I was never, especially in class, like, I just was never afraid to speak up, especially when somebody not of our community was talking out their neck. So like in my household, like in my family, me and my sister, we pretty like wild with it. Okay. So we're always like, I don't know, my mom let us be free, you feel me? But she always just be looking at us like, what? We're like, come on. But so Julian was like, this, you keep saying what she say. And I was like, yeah. He was like, let's just name it that. And that's that's how the name is. And I feel like every song on that project kind of gives you a little piece of my personality. Okay. So yeah, it's kind of like what I be talking about,
Yeah, that's dope though. That's dope. So you think moving forward with like your future albums, are you gonna have different ad libs, or are you gonna stick with what she say gonna be like your staple kind of thing?
I mean, maybe.
You never know.
Definitely. I kind of like this mixtape kind of like taught me how to like let go and stop trying to control everything. It's it's like, let it just come out of you, and then structure it in a sense.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't know what's gonna come. I do want to keep. I do want to keep what she say. Like another style that Erica Badu does is kind of like if you listen to Mama's Gun. Mama's Gun don't have like On and On was on Baduism, but she brought On and on Mama's Gun. Like she would, the wordplay would be in another song. You know what I'm saying? She kind of always brings a piece of, because all of it is a piece of her. Like all these pieces of music are a piece of me. So to bring it back, to bring it into the future project thing, I don't see why not. Like I can see myself doing that.
Okay. And so when was your first time performing on stage? And when it was your first performance, were you nervous, or were you pretty confident on stage?
Hell no. I don't remember when it was, but I know I was not confident. I know I was nervous as hell. And honestly, I could tell you the first time I found my confidence though. It was the Love Below at Texas Tech.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was new to tech, and the girl putting it together, shout out to Liz, she really Liz, to me, it was deeper than, I know a lot of guys thought it was like a male bashing joint, or like just like, I don't know, just girls just talking shit on stage. But Liz really formed a sisterhood amongst us. Like I did a poem by myself, and I also was a part of the intro. And the girls that I did the intro with, it was 4 other girls. I would have never known them if I didn't do the Love Below. And I forever have love for them. I forever that moment was deep. Like not even trying to be corny. It was, even all the girls, like me and my best friend Jasmine, we always just randomly, like when we're together, we'll start saying poems from Love Below and laughing about how that was a really good ass time. Like Lubbock, to me, Lubbock is not a city where Black people prosper or even feel wanted. You feel me? Like
not at all.
You know what I'm saying? So for her to make that space for us, to where when we got off work, when we got out of class, we could just unmask and be Black women, just unapologetically, just naturally, just, I don't know, because everybody's also breaking fears because they're about to get on stage, and I don't know, it just was to me, that shit was real sisterhood. That I have a sister, so I know what sisterhood is.
Yeah.
But I never had it like that, to where just unknown group of people get together and it's honest, genuine, I don't know, that shit was magical, honestly.
Yeah, genuine vibes, genuine people, real people. Yeah,
real people, and all the poems written by Black women to embrace Black women, even not even some of the poems brought dark sides of Black women out, but it was still all honesty. And it was I forever be grateful to Liz for that, because I don't know, man, that shit was just beautiful. But so Liz ain't know me, and I ain't know nothing about Love Below, and I'll never forget that Christmas break, which is crazy. That Christmas break, it was 2012, and I was in Houston. My brother lived in Houston, but I was in Houston with my best friend in Mo City. And that was the break where me, her, and her brother were in the car, and we were we finna do this music shit. That break, that fall Christmas break. And Liz called me, a number I didn't know. She called me and she was like, "Hey, this is Liz from Tech. I want to know if you want to do Love Below." And I was like, okay, I guess. She's like, "No, I think it'd be great. I'm gonna give you this poem." And it was a poem called "Market for Niggas." And it was a very aggressive, it's a fly ass poem. I'm gonna send you the link.
Okay.
But yeah, so when I did that it was really the beauty behind the message of the poem. It made me feel another level of I don't know, I just felt very connected to it. Okay. And the way I bodied it on stage, I was oh yeah, this is it. This is it. So I would have to credit the first time being confident to Love Below.
Okay.
Sam.
And what in terms of all the other because you've performed in various stages now.
Yeah.
And what kind of detail does it go into? For anyone that's listening right now, if they they're trying to do the same thing that you're doing, what kind of detail that goes into your stage presence, knowing what to wear, how to engage with your audience, everything?
Okay, well, when it comes to what to wear, I'm not the one to
Not
do
the
advice.
Not the one.
No, because if you ask me what to wear, I'd be like, "Girl, put on some tights or some big camo pants and call it a day."
Yeah.
But like I said, like I mentioned Bonita earlier, and then another good friend of mine, Cindy Oki, she also has a lot to do with like what I'm trying to do in life and like progress.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know if you know Cindy Oki, but she's a stylish gal. That girl can dress.
She Nigerian?
And yes,
Yeah.
like, but she is a fly gal right there. and they're the ones that, and then also a good friend of mine, Arabia, they're the ones that are like, all right, girl, we're gonna have to like, because also what you wear is a part of your brand.
Very
but
true.
also I just want to be comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like they be telling me to wear wild shit or shit that's like not me, but that's the last thing I think of. So when it comes to what I'm wearing, they're usually the ones like, okay, maybe you should wear this, you should wear this. Like, especially me coming from Atlanta, they'll just go through my suitcase and be like, all right, put this together. Like the last show I did, I was pregnant, and I was not, because pregnancy to me is like a very sacred thing. It's very like, it's just a thing for, I feel like the woman who's carrying, it's just her business. Like,
it's not anyone else's business.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, I didn't even like, only reason I posted that pic on Instagram is because I felt like the photographer that took those pictures, she bodied them.
She did.
Like, she bodied them. So I posted them after I had my baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like, I just was like, I need my mental space to be clear. So it wasn't something even when my close partners that like I went to tech with that live in California, when they didn't find out till damn near I was 9 months or 8 months. Yeah. Oh no, I lied. I was like 6 months because the baby shower. I was like, damn, I should have told y'all before because y'all need to catch some flights. But I'm pregnant and the baby shower is this day. Yeah. But anyway, it's like but my favorite outfit I've ever worn was at the show that I did the weekend of my baby shower, and it was so, I don't know, like a piece of it was from my sister's closet, and the other piece was like from my suitcase, but it was like they put it together, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think about it. Like, I know I should care, and that's what I'm trying to care more about nowadays, but I don't care. I legit just want to be comfortable. I'm thinking more so of like, all right, I'm an artist that's unknown, so what songs, depending on the venue, is how I pick the songs, or like the vibe of the show. You know? And then also I like to do covers and mix them in with my songs, because it's not like I have a live band, so I have to like, yet at least, but I have to like figure out, because if it was my preference, like another DJ that went to tech is this dude named Mose. He don't DJ anymore, but when I come out, I book him because he's like literally one of my favorite DJs. But when I'm not working with him, it's like, okay, I need to do, because he knows like how I move, and he'll know like when to drop the beat and when not. But when I'm working with DJs that don't know me, I just pick covers to kind of mix in, so the audience can engage, and like, you know, sing along with me. So that's how I go about it.
Okay. And but when you're looking for venues, you know, upcoming artists, how do you know which places like you want to perform? Like, oh, I'm gonna go here to perform, or I'm gonna go there. Like, how do you know which venue?
Well, you gotta just go. Like, there's been a lot of places where like I get there, I'm like, what the hell is this? You know, that happened a lot in Atlanta. That happened a lot when I was living in Dallas. Those months after I graduated from tech, that happened a lot. Like, I would pull up, and it'd be like the weirdest vibes, or like, is this really an open? I did a lot of open mics. Now, I would tell any artist, if you're trying to gauge venues and try to figure out like what promoters or what events, you just gotta go to open mics. That's what I did. That's all I can tell you. Like, I went to open mics, and that's where I'm like performing, even if it was 3 people in the audience, 30 people, like somebody, if they're gonna like your shit, they'll walk up to you and be like, let's connect. And then also doing little covers on Instagram got a lot of people like, you know, DMing me, asking me to do things. But I would say the best thing is to go to open mics. And then like also when I started gaining a little bit of a following after doing covers on Instagram, when I would like look up events or like be on this explore page and I would see other events, I would DM them, be like, hey, how do I perform here? Hey, can you check out my shit and see if I fit into your thing, and like stuff like that. You gotta be like ready to like jump into some shit that may be whack. Like, you just can't like, just like with the producers that I encountered, I could have easily been like, man, fuck this. Like, this is wild.
True.
But you just, it's like the devil gonna test you. You feel me?
Yeah,
So like,
it's all part of the journey.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all good. But that's really all I can say is like, just, and then people that you know, hopefully some people are not willing to share what they know with you, but some people are. But like, let's say like, if I saw a singer, I would ask her like, hey, what's up? What shows do you be performing at? I would look at what she did and see and look up who put that show together and hit up that person. Like, stuff like that.
Okay. And your mindset when it comes to performing, are you thinking about certain things to make it sure that you're, how could I say, keeping the audience's attention? Like, are you like, okay, I gotta hit this note to draw this kind of a reaction to the audience? Or
definitely more so like, let's say, okay, when I'm in Dallas, because it's like like people I grew up with, my family comes out deep. Especially like when I perform in front of my brother, that's probably like the biggest critic that I like care about in the audience. It's because like he's the reason why I sing, so I want to like show him I can sing. You feel me? Like I want to always, and then also like, and then I'm honestly my hardest critic too, but it's more so my breath control. I'm not really worried. I try not to psych myself out about the notes. I always tell myself, you wrote the song, you wrote the melody, you know what I'm saying? You do, this is what you do. You'll be fine. But I always think about like my breath control, because your nerves can fuck up the way you breathe. And like, I like engaging with the audience for sure, but I try not to let that be my concentration, Like, I try to like scope the whole room all the time and like not get too fixated on the audience. And like, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there's sometimes I performed at bars or places with a bar, and because it's a bar and people drinking, they finna talk. Even if you blowing down the house and with notes, like you got some drunk people in there chatting it up because they drunk.
Yeah.
So I try not to, and to me at first that would psych me out, but like it don't matter, because the way I see it, if it's one person that don't know me that fell in love with me that night, that's an accomplishment. So I just try to take it like that.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. So listening to your EP, I hear you mention about the third eye a lot. So, what does that mean?
So the third eye to me is more so like, first time I heard about it was, what was the first time? It was around listening to different types of music, right? But when I was getting into learning about different kings of Ethiopia, is a certain one that led to, I don't know if you're familiar with Haile Selassie, but when I started being around people that were teaching me about him, there was a specific person, this older guy, that asked me like, I don't even know how, I was a kid, so I don't even remember how we got on the topic of third eye, but it started with him trying to teach me about the regime of the time of Haile Selassie. But he was asking me about it, and basically like the way he was explaining it, mind you, this man, knowing him, he probably was high talking to little kids, but not even trying to play him. But from my understanding, like from what I took from him, it was more so like a space of higher consciousness and like you connecting with like a higher realm of yourself, right?
Okay.
So I always thought to myself, all right, this world, this like galaxy or wherever we exist in, it has to, besides like, of course, I believe in God and I know that He is the Most High, but within ourselves, we're not just humans. Like that's how I see it. Like the spirit inside of us has to be stronger than what like our physical body is. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you saying.
So when I talk about my third eye, for me, my third eye is something like that I tap into when I need to get out of this like physical world we're in and see and just kind of just like, I don't know. I usually think of my third eye as a place for me to go when I'm feeling low. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And I need to just think of whatever situation I'm in or whatever I've read or whatever I'm singing. I'm trying to go somewhere else with it. Trying to get to another. I don't know if that's making sense. I feel like I'm rambling, But yeah, that's how I see with my third eye. Like it's more of a inner higher realm of yourself.
Okay, so it's pretty much you kind of getting into the spiritual self,
right?
As opposed to the physical aspect of life, kind of thing.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that people gonna be listening to the music, they're gonna be like third eye, like what's she?
I mean, I believe everybody has one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to disrespect anyone's religion or how they practice, how they practice their spirituality, but I just,
I feel you. Okay. And so moving on to the next part of the segment podcast, I kind of want to talk about your interview that you had a while back with Megan. Her IG page, Sign This Kid blog, and I just want to touch base on some topics that you discussed, so you can elaborate more on them.
Yeah.
So just speak on what you feel your music can contribute towards like the Black community. How do you feel like you can inspire our community with your music?
Well, I'm literally just a Black woman living. You feel me? So, and sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Like when I was at Tech, I felt like, how do I say this? And it's not just at Tech. Like I just don't want our community to be content. I feel like this world has raped us in so many different ways, like physically, mentally, like spiritually, to where that we should that this world feels like we should be content because we're quote unquote free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that bothers me.
Okay.
I wish that part of my brain I could turn off sometimes because like it stresses me out. But I just hope my music or who I am inspires someone to like not be content. Whatever situation you're in, it don't matter, at work, at school, if you feel like you're being played or getting the short end of a situation, don't be afraid to talk. Don't be afraid to like stand up for yourself. Yeah. And like my music for me helps me find some type of like, just like I feel like sometimes our music for me is like a deep breath, like a good ass deep breath, and like I feel free for a second, and I hope like that does something for somebody.
I like how you said that, because that's how especially when I listen to your music, it's exactly what you just said. It's like a breath of fresh air kind of thing.
Yeah,
and it's no problem. And it's like you, through your music, it's like you can feel that you have a message that you're trying to convey, but not like in a pushy way. It's kind of like it just flows.
And I'm glad you said that, because as I consider myself a stubborn person, I'm trying to fix that. So the way I learn in life, like I don't like when something's pushed on me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like in the beginning, like my early 20s, when I learned something and I wanted people to know about it, I was aggressive with it. And then I had to look at myself like, if I was being taught, I wouldn't want to be taught that way either. Mind you, when I'm writing these songs, I'm not thinking about, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I'm not thinking about anybody besides myself or what I'm feeling when I write these songs. Like I'm like the song that got on Soulection, you consider that like people consider that a conscious song, I guess. I guess because I ain't talking about like sex or something. I don't know, but that song is considered conscious to what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But I was more so like, when I wrote that song, it was like, damn, like it's really a cycle of the same shit, in this country for us. It's just twisted up a different way every generation. It's like, in the hook, I say, like, are you willing to testify or be eye to eye with that barrel? Like, are we going to speak up, or are we finna go to war? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? I'm not here for the Instagram games when it comes to our life, or like the social media games when it comes to our life. Like, I don't really give a damn about a hashtag. Like, we get all this information, but what we doing with it? We're like, I really like, also part of when we were talking about my third eye to me also connects me. For me, when I'm thinking about spirituality, I think about my ancestors. So I'm like, damn, what these people did for us, are we really doing them justice? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we really like, they did, like, even if it ain't in America, like when I think about in Ethiopia or Eritrea, like what our people did for us, like, are we really are we doing right by them? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was thinking when I wrote that song.
Yeah.
And never in a million years would I thought that song would have got on Apple Beats. Like, what?
It's big.
Like, but I never would have. I just would have never thought that song out of all my songs, it would have been that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I'm not trying to. And in that song, I say, I'm not trying to preach to you. I'm just trying to teach you. Like, I'm not trying to preach to you, because who am I? You know what I'm saying? Like, I make mistakes just like the next person. I've done things that I'm not proud of just like the next person.
Yeah,
but it's like,
we're all still learning. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, but what I do know is when it comes to this life and how people that look like us get treated, the shit ain't right. And it's not something. And I feel like activism comes in different forms. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I can give you an example, right?
Okay.
Me and do you know Robin Adams?
Yeah, shout out to Robin one time.
Yeah, that's my sister, one of my closest friends. So we always like talk about levels of activism with people, and we talk about this one girl that went to tech with us, Tierney. Tierney could do hair like nobody else. Ain't nobody could braid, nobody, especially in Lubbock, Texas, nobody was touching her.
Yeah.
On the sew-ins, on the natural hair, it didn't matter. She brought you're a dude. I don't know how big this is for you, but for a black girl, she brought a black woman's hair show to Lubbock, Texas. Did it 2 years in a row. Like, that's some wild ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but to me, that was her form of activism, because hair matters a lot to black women. That shit matters a lot to us. So for the way, and then she started a black hair student organization. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that there's a younger group of people that I also started one, but at the time when it was, when she was really like, there was other girls doing hair. Shout out to Beverly. Like, Beverly know how to slay hair too. And it's just like, I don't know how superficial that sounds, but to hair for us is a lot. There's a lot of history, and like,
the culture,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, when it comes to braids, all of that. So Tierney and the way she would slay our hair, to me, that's a form of activism, because you bring in joy. Because once we leave your house with our edges laid the way you would lay them, it's a different type of confidence you're giving us when we walking out. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, I say that to say, like, I hope my music helps you be free in whatever the hell you're doing. Like, doing hair, working wherever you working in a job you hate to work. You don't have to do that job forever. You feel me? Like, you can, not everybody has a role in this world. You feel me? And I feel like whatever your role is, do that shit to the millionth power, you know?
Yeah. And I like, I just to touch based on what you said, I like what you said in terms of, you're in a sense really trying to uplift, our community to, kind of dream more and not limit ourselves of what we think we can't do. Because we can really push the envelope to be great, not just good, but to be great.
Right.
So I feel like your music and everything you're doing, and just the history that you've displayed, it really portrays that. So that's what's up.
Thank you.
No problem. So I know you're an avid poem writer. I know you like Tumblr.
Yeah.
So let's discuss some of your topics on Tumblr.
Oh Lord.
So there's this one post that I saw you post. You posted the wonders of a woman, the beauty and the pain.
Oh wow. Okay, you was really on my Tumblr.
Hey, you had King Lapo here. We got it.
Research. I love it.
So I know you how she spelled the word woman, Kings and Queens family. You spelled it with a U, Wuman. So can you just kind of give us a pretty much where it comes from, or why you posted that, what it means to you?
Okay, so at first, I made my Tumblr in high school, right? So when I made it in high school, it was I was watching this documentary of Wu-Tang, right? Now, I'm not finna sit here and be like, I'm the biggest Wu-Tang fan.
Yeah.
But the documentary was just showing how they moved and how they mobbed. And they were kind of like the first of their kind to do it that way, right?
Yeah.
So that's literally where the W and U came from. When I changed woman, it was from the Wu and Wu-Tang.
Okay.
Right? Okay,
Yeah.
so that's that. But then when I got into more of my writing style, I don't know how ignorant this sounds, but sometimes I'll be like looking at the English language and be like, bro, like this is not how it sounds when you spell it. Like I don't care what their rules are to this reading game. Mm-hmm. So then when I would like spell some of the words, like not more so on Tumblr, like in my journals that I write in, I wouldn't even like spell things correctly, but the Wu in that woman comes from Wu-Tang. Like it was not even no deep shit. It literally, I was watching the documentary and I was like, I like the way this looks more than the original way woman is spelled.
That's what's up. And I know Wu-Tang, that's derived from, it means for the children, right?
Yes. Okay. So, and then it made sense because, I'm glad you said that, because it was like, a woman brings children into this world. True. So, yeah. That little, the wonders of a woman, the beauty and the pain. I was pregnant when I wrote that, Lord. Like, the fact that you even brought that up, I'm scared. Like, I don't even remember what I was writing when I was pregnant. Because it was like, I'm a very emotional, passionate person. You feel me? Like I tried to act like I'm like hard, but I'm not. Mm-hmm. And well, I guess like if you don't know me, you wouldn't consider me emotional and passionate. But if I'm close to you, I wear my emotions heavy. Like I love you hard. If I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like that. But during my pregnancy, you just don't have control over shit, honestly. So the way my emotions was running wild, it was just like, that's why I say that, because I don't even know what I was writing. But the beauty and pain, when I wrote The Wonders of a Woman, it's just like, I don't even like, it's, to be a woman to me is the most beautiful thing. Not saying being a man is not a beautiful thing. Like, shout out to y'all. But it's, y'all never understand the pain we endure, you know? I'm not saying you're supposed to, not saying y'all don't endure pain, but it's just like these beautiful creatures like endure the wildest of pain to bring the most beautiful thing into this world, you know? Like that shit, that little 2 lines, I was just up all night, just like, wow. Mm-hmm.
That's big. When I saw that post, I was like, yeah, that's pretty deep. So I definitely need to bring that up. Another topic I saw that you had, I just wanted to ask you, why do you think people kind of let fear dictate whether, they go out and do something, or whether they go out and start a business, or, their entrepreneurship journey, or whatever it is? Because I know you said there's a quote, my biggest blessing is on the other side of fear. Mm-hmm. So how can you kind of, walk us through that?
Well, so that little thing came from, I couldn't go to sleep, and I decided to watch natural births. Mm-hmm. And it was just the wildest videos I was watching, okay? Yeah. So I was freaked out about giving birth. Like I had a serious anxiety attack. Mm-hmm. And so I was sitting there like, damn, and then I just thought about all the times I was really scared about something. Performing, releasing a song, or at that time when I was like, and then I was also finishing grad school, so I was writing an exit paper. Okay. And the process of, your exit paper is every 2 to 3 weeks, you're going in front of your advisors, and your advisors is ripping your paper apart, Yeah. So it was like, I was going through that, and it was like it was right before the last advisor check that I had with my paper, and the one I had before did not go. The whole time I was getting good reviews. The second to last review I got, Lord, I was like, am I about to graduate? Like, what's happening? The way they ripped my paper up was like, I usually, I hope my mama don't hear this, but I usually don't stress about school. Mm-hmm. Like, I never, like, if I didn't pass the test, it is what it is. I'll pick up the pieces somewhere. Like, I never let that type of shit get to me. But this was the first time I was like shook when it came to school. Okay. So it was a lot of fear is a nasty thing, yo. Like fear brings a lot of misery into your mind. True. And it's also, to me, fear is the easy way out, because being fearless is harder. Just like, I don't know, like your diet and working out and stuff like that, it's easier just to get fat. It's easier just to eat what the hell you want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It is. And because it's painful to work out, in the sense of like, whatever, doing, this is all that shit, or not painful, uncomfortable, Yeah. So when it comes to like, but on the other side of that fear is the body you want, is the diet you want, is the success you want. Mm-hmm. So I was writing that in that mentality, like, damn, I need to always understand I could stay scared or get what I want. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, one of my biggest fears in life, and I'm not even trying to go dark with it. This is just answering your question.
Yeah.
My biggest fear is like dying, and like before I die, thinking I didn't try everything. Thinking like, damn, I let this life go to waste like that.
Regrets.
You know, like in anything.
Yeah.
I don't like in anything. Like I always think like I want to leave this physical world knowing like, and it's not about like accolades or anything like that. It's about me knowing I tried, like, and I had a good time when I was trying, and I tried my hardest.
Wow.
That's it. So like, when I wrote that, it was kind of like a reminder to myself. Whenever I do get scary, you have to understand like what's on the other side of that fear. So yeah,
that's a probably the perfect way to put it. You answer that question like perfect. So that's what's up. I really think that in terms of fear, I feel the same way. I feel like we shouldn't let fear get to us.
Yeah, and it's hard.
It is hard. It's
very hard.
It's like your natural instinct. Like you're uncomfortable with something, so it's like you kind of hesitate. Yeah. But I feel like the older we get, the wiser we get, the more we get to grow. Yeah.
Another thing, when I'm glad you said the older we get. When I look back, right, because time flies. Time flies. It don't stop for nobody.
Yep.
When I look back, I'm like, damn, I let all that time fly being scary. Like, look, I'm doing what I want now when I could have, people always do the woulda, coulda, shouldas, but I just look back and I'm like, damn, I was scary like that. Like, girl, for what? Like, just to get to where I'm at right now, you know?
Yep.
So I just don't want to do that. Like, when I'm 40, looking back, like, I don't know. I just don't want to do that. I just want to every day, even on my days that because I'm not going to sit here. You could hear this interview and think, oh, you going hard every day. No, I have my low days, but on them low days before I go to sleep, if I haven't created anything, at least I try to either write something. Like even, okay, being pregnant and having a baby, when it comes to music, I mean, nowadays it's like, you see a lot of women having children and doing their thing, but there was a lot of people, not a lot, but more than I'd like, that would ask me like, damn, how are you going to continue music? And I'm just like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know that I lost my voice after giving the kid. Like, I didn't, or, giving birth. But it just was like, the way I would pick myself up was like writing covers or like, and not even putting them out. You feel me? Like, just doing little things to keep myself going. So you can't listen to nobody outside of you, but you got to make sure the voice in your head is right. Even on your low days, you can allow yourself to me, I allow myself, like, you can have days that you ain't going as hard as the other days, but don't go to sleep without trying something, doing something. And maybe it's, to me, maybe it's, for me, it's like, okay, maybe I didn't create something today, or I didn't sing something today, but let me read something. Let me watch somebody's interview. Let me study an artist. Let me, something like that. Contribute to something.
I like that, because every day we should be productive. And steps that's going to reach us to our goal. And like you said, even if you're not doing that, reading something, like we got to be very very selective on what we consume, because there's a lot of stuff out there that is not good, right? So you kind of have to be selective on the positive stuff that you can feed your mind, because it's like you're feeding your body too. You're feeding your mind positive things. That's how you're gonna act. So all of that stuff is very important. It goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
My next question that I had for you is what do you feel that you can kind of give back to your country with your music? Like, what do you want, like, your country, Ethiopia, to feel?
Ooh, I've never been asked that question. I don't know. Like, I hope I make my people, whether it be like, to me, we all Black people, you feel me? Like, all across the diaspora. But because honestly, that's crazy that I don't even know how to answer that, because I'm not singing in Amarinya or Tigrinya, like our native tongue. But I hope that, like, back home, people that listen to my music, because as far as like right now, the only people I know listening to me back home is like my kinfolk. But I'm just like, I hope that they see that I'm still proud of who I am, even if I wasn't raised there. Or I'm still representing our culture respectfully, even though I wasn't raised there, you know? Yeah. And it's crazy you say that because I've been working on a song. So I've been working on a song that's in Tigrinya. It's not anywhere where it's going to come out anytime soon. Okay. But I'm trying to put together pieces of like, if it's not a song in English, like I've been asking producers that have asked to work with me. I've been like sending them artists like famous Ethiopian artists, whether they're current or old school, sending them their music and kind of seeing if we can sample some of their stuff. Okay. And be that, like, you know, trying to kind of fuse my music from Ethiopia or Eritrea into like some type of neo-soul jazz, because I don't know if you hip, I'm gonna send you something, but Ethiopian jazz goes hard. Yeah, I'm not saying that. Yeah, I'm not saying it because I'm Ethiopian. Like the shit goes off. And also like are you, I mean you're Nigerian, right? Yeah. You're hip to Fela Kuti? Yeah, Fela. Okay. Yeah, so he's first of all, wow. Legend. And I've done a freestyle over one of his songs before. And just more so like working on something to where I'm very like, I don't like to talk about or do things where I don't know what it's about. Okay. So I'm very like delicate when it comes to working on music from Africa, because I need to teach myself more. Okay. Like beyond just being a fan, you feel me? Like I'm a fan of Nigerian music, Ethiopian, Eritrean, Ghanaian music, but when it comes to me making music towards those cultures, I want to be very respectful. So, so when it comes to like back home, I just always want to come out as respectful as possible. And I just hope that I make them proud and like they see that, I don't know, that I go hard, I guess. I don't know. Hey. I've never been asked that question.
Hey, no, I think you answered it beautifully. So yeah, that's good. But I really think that, you know, your people, even them, you know, hearing this podcast and hearing what you've done, they're going to be proud of you regardless. Because
thank you.
Yeah, you're doing what you're doing. You're taking leaps of faith to, you know, and you're a new mom now, so it's going to be a lot of pressure on you to kind of balance the two. But I'm pretty confident that you'll be able to do it. Yeah.
Thank you. But you know, when I think about it, I really think like a baby just makes you appreciate time. Like, even though I don't feel like I was wasting time before, I feel like with a baby, your day to day it's not on your watch. It goes off of their time. So the way I use time is like way more valuable and precious to me. Like I don't waste a second. You know? Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah. Because I hope nobody wastes this time. But the time that I would like before her, I would feel like, I could put this off till tomorrow. Like, I don't think like that. And I'm just like, nah, I got the time right now. I got to do it right now.
Yep. So if you could collab with any artist on a song.
Oh, my God.
Who would it be and why?
Ooh.
Remember, speak. You're going to speak positivity over your life. So speak this into existence.
Yeah, I know. It's not even, that's so many. Like, yeah. I have like a list of like, okay, so.
Give me top three.
Top three?
Okay, yeah, don't got to be in any order. Just, yeah.
Okay, top three. Okay, can Outkast be one person?
Yeah, okay, we can do that. I'm going to let that slide.
Okay. So, Outkast.
Okay.
Megan Thee Stallion.
What? Really? Okay.
What?
Nah,
literally.
I thought you about to go back. Okay, yeah.
You know, let me tell you one thing. Okay. Megan Thee Stallion is literally a legend. I don't give a damn if she just became popular this year to people.
Why? Why is she? Why?
She's a fucking legend. Nah, it's been, first of all, I've been Helen Hailu since 2016.
Okay, there you go.
See, I think my daughter's a little hot girl too. But she shawty can rap and really rap. Like, I'm not even trying to be that type of old person that's like, oh, the game ain't the same. The game isn't the same. Like, people not really rapping, you know what I'm saying? Or like, you not giving me uniqueness. You not giving me, you're not giving me talent. You're just giving me games on social media. That's how I feel. Like, and I feel like when it comes to our culture, the music we create, like, I'm not really here for, I feel like, and I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. I just am very like, when it comes to the things we create, it seems like everybody that's not in our community feels like they can have it, they can own it, it's theirs. But if we try to have something they created, it's not happening, you know?
Yeah.
And so when it comes to the art we create, I love seeing us like just shining it. And Shawty can rap. She can rap about anything, like anything. I know a lot of people like focus on her sexual bars, but then again, being a woman, I'd rather hear her talk about it than a dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. The girl's a legend. It's just, listen to her mixtapes from SoundCloud to today. Shawty's a legend.
Okay.
So yeah, and on my EP, there's a song called Danger. If I had the coins to get Megan Thee Stallion on Danger, it would have happened.
Wow.
Like, easily.
That's
so Megan Thee Stallion is one of them.
Okay, so we got Outkast and Megan Thee Stallion.
And let's see.
Think hard about the last one.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think. I would love Badu, but I don't know if I'm gonna put that as my third.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let me think.
Take your time.
Third. Shit. I'd have to say Badu. I can't even.
Really?
Yeah, I'd have to say Badu. I was thinking between Badu and Solange. I'd have to say Badu because that's like for me, that'd be like, I don't know, like beyond a collab to learn from her in the studio. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
And like just how she get down, that would be awesome.
That's dope. So we got Outkast, we got Megan Thee Stallion, and we got Erykah Badu.
Yeah.
That's complete. Everyone different. They all different.
Yeah, definitely.
That's cool. And but yeah, just moving on from that, I just want to also congratulate you on I know you had an interview or kind of got featured on Voyage Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in terms of you being on Voyage Dallas, and pretty much you said something on there where you said you created like a musical universe, your ism. What is that?
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Like, it's like especially like, because in that time when I felt like I made an ism, like it was my lifestyle, it was my world. It was because I wasn't sharing it with anybody. So it was kind of like a world I would go into on my own to make this music, and I would live in that little world and see, like, it's kind of crazy. I would see the things I'm living today in that world. You know, just in my mind. Like, it was literally in my, like, I would go into my room after work or after class, and I'm envisioning the life I wanted. So it is my last name being Hailu, and Hailuism, like, and then Erykah Badu and her Baduism. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just was like the word I wanted, or how I wanted this music to work out for me. So it's, the mind is a powerful thing, because a lot of the things that I envisioned, even the fears that I envisioned, came to life too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got to be careful of the things that you think too much about, because I believe that shit comes into real life. So even you could think positively or negatively, but you got to know, you don't know which thought's coming into real life, but it could be negative or positive that comes into real life, you know?
That's true. Okay, so to just to wrap things up on the Kings and Queens podcast, what do you feel is your favorite social media platform in terms of you expressing yourself and your music to the audience?
So I would have said Tumblr, but it's not like people know me from Tumblr. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tumblr, like I said, in the beginning of all of this, I was insecure. I kept to myself. So Tumblr would be the place where I would just do anything on there, and it felt good to release it. But it's not like people. That's not a network where you kind of get to know people in a sense. You get what I'm saying? Like, Tumblr is kind of like an anonymous ass type of place.
Yeah.
Where you could, you're not really following the person for the person. You just kind of liked whatever they reblogged or blogged. But, so I would have to say Instagram, because it's like a way I love Instagram for this certain reason. Like, yeah, it's cool to like put yourself out there and people get to find you that way. It's probably the best way to do anything nowadays.
Yeah.
But it's wild. On my low days where I'm just like, damn, am I really doing this? Am I really an artist? Am I really gonna make a life out of this? I'll always get a DM from somebody I don't know.
Wow.
Or like just like somebody mentioning like, damn, Helen, this my favorite song, or like, I don't know. It's just like, it's wild to like, well, I've gotten DMs from people in Korea, like, what?
Wow.
You're in Korea listening to me? Like, that's wild.
Yeah.
What y'all doing over there? Like, you know, just like, that is crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, just like people, this one girl in Oregon,
mm-hmm.
and she just like always hits me up. Like, if you ever come to, she connected me with her student body, like the student organization that brings artists,
mm-hmm.
and has always asked me, like, she didn't know that I was pregnant, but I didn't really like go like follow through with the student body because I couldn't fly. But
mm-hmm.
when I announced like that I had a baby, she DM'd me. She was like, oh my God, it makes sense why you couldn't come to whatever college she go to. And it just was like, she was like, but next year I'm still gonna vote for you to come to my school and perform. I'm just like, what?
Wow.
It's just like, but it's usually on the days where I'm feeling a little like, you know, just not the most confident about something.
Sometimes you need that though. That little.
Yeah, but it's literally like the perfect timing. Like,
mm-hmm.
oh girl, you talking crazy to yourself, but look at this.
Yeah,
like
the sign.
Yeah, so I would say Instagram for sure. Like,
so you ever post on YouTube before?
So I just started like the baller video. I have a couple videos on YouTube, but
mm-hmm.
The baller video was the first video like we really was like promoting and stuff.
Okay, yeah, you should definitely. Yeah, I would definitely recommend YouTube because especially with the voice you got, I'm telling you, like you can get
crazy?
views.
I did not know people was up on YouTube like this.
Nah, yeah,
I gotta stop thinking that people live my life and I'm very basic. So I get up on YouTube and it's a lot of people. I didn't even know you could message people on YouTube.
Yeah.
And there's people messaging me like, hey, like just like asking me to do more. And I'm just like, what? Okay.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like you start putting out more content there, more covers, whatever it is, you're gonna get a big following.
Right. I see it, and I'm glad you said that now because I told myself I was gonna do that, but now that you brought it back up, I can't. I have to.
Yeah, that's what's up. But yeah, Helen, that's pretty much everything I have for you. I just want to say thank you so much for coming on the Kings of Queens podcast.
Thank you for having me.
It means so much, and
this was fun. This is my first podcast.
Was. Hey, you know what I'm saying? First podcast. That's what's up. And like it's not, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be having many more opportunities in your life.
Thank you.
You know, always stay positive like you always do. And like if you could leave with one piece of advice for the Kings of Queens fam, what would it be?
Oh, wow. You and these good ass questions. Okay. One piece of advice, I would say live for yourself. Live for yourself and do what's best for you in everything you do.
Okay. Nice. Nice, short and sweet, but deep.
Yeah. I mean, that's really it. That you could take that with any situation.
Yeah. I like that. And what other platforms, or if you want to, shout out your platforms that people can reach you on, IG, Twitter, Tumblr, whatever it is, just, go ahead and shout them out, and I'll put them in the description of the podcast so people can reach out to you.
All right, bet. So on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Hailu, EYEHAILU. And then I don't know if I want people to see my Tumblr, but if y'all get on Tumblr, it's Hailuism, HAILUIZM. And that's where you can find me on Tumblr. And then YouTube is just my name, Helen Hailu, and I'm gonna do more on YouTube because that's where they be at, I guess. So,
that's what's up. And I'm gonna have to ask you, the Kings of Queens fam, they want to hear a little sample of what Helen Hailu has before we head out. And whatever song you're feeling right now from your EP or the most popular song or whatever it is, if you can, go ahead and give us a little snippet.
Okay, so from the EP, or it don't matter?
Let's do from the EP. It might be your favorite song or your most popular song, whichever you want.
My favorite song.
Tell us the name of it before you start.
Okay, so because I was just listening to it. So, this song is called Danger.
Okay.
And it's on my EP. What's She Say?
Okay. Here
And
we go.
it goes, I'm warning you, don't fall for me. I'm too high, I notice everything I hear. You looking for me, few years went by, you still wish she was me. Excuse me if I'm tripping, I've been sipping on this Hennessy, and this might be blunt number 3.
Sheesh. Hold on.
Okay, yeah. So that's called Danger.
Okay, that's yeah. Like, hey, Kings and Queens fam. They already gonna know just by that. They gonna follow you on IG, everything like that. Like, yeah, that's
Thank you so much.
no problem. Like I said, I see big things in your future, and I just had to have you on the podcast because.
Thank you. I'm so honored. This is so tight.
No problem. And as I said, I wish you nothing but the best and success along your journey. You're truly a queen in the making, which is why you're on the Kings and Queens podcast. And I hope you continue to inspire and impact, the lives of people through your music, and not only for the culture but for yourself as you continue to grow into a role model, and a powerful leader too. So
thank you so much. That was so sweet.
No problem. And with that, Kings and Queens fam, we out. Any last words, Helen? We out.
Yeah, we out. Y'all have a great day or night whenever you listen to this.
And then that's it pretty much. That wraps it up, Kings and Queens fam. And I'm going to see you guys on the next episode.
Peace. I'm warning you, don't fall for me. I'm too high, I notice everything I hear. You were looking for me, few years went by, you still wish you was me. Excuse me if I'm tripping, I've been sipping on this Hennessy, and this might be blunt number 3. I'm trying to make it into all my tendencies, but the way the world turning, I'm gon' smoke my trees out. All up in your lane, fill up on my candy paint, while I roll up all on your wood grain. What about my body? What about my body? I'm trying to figure out if you can handle all this body. Danger. Oh, danger.